diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Williams, and I'm here with Curtis Anderson from Western Oregon. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Thank you for having me, Jimmy.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about your general career so far as an athlete.
Yeah, I grew up small town playing football and basketball year round. We didn't have 7-on-7 leagues and stuff, so it was football in the fall and basketball the rest of the year. In high school, I was a corner, and I played quarterback for our team. We ran the veer, so I was a triple option quarterback. And then I was recruited here by Coach Ferg to play DB and Coach Shaw to be on the basketball team. And I only spent my redshirt year on the basketball team. And then after that year was really when I realized what I was doing on the football field and how much effort and time I wanted to put into it to get where I want to go. So yeah, just football. I started here my freshman year. I started every game at corner and then would play a couple games here and there starting at safety. But that allowed me to really develop in the area of man coverage, of different reads from outside on the corner position. And then kind of the times where I'd get to jump to safety were some of my better games that year. And it really helped me to fall in love with that position. So then going into my sophomore year, I'm ready to play safety. I'm ready to lead this defense from the backfield. And yeah, played safety the whole time. Our defensive schemes they're not only complex, but they're kind of, there's a lot of universal movement. So we don't have just a designated strong and free safety, which has been one of the biggest advantages of playing here is I've gotten to line up. I play free safety all the time. I play rolled down in the box in a blitzing front. I play out at nickel. We play two high and deuce. We play single high, a lot of man, a lot of zone. So the versatility of our defense and what Ferg and Slowey and our coaches have us running is honestly one of the most beneficial things of being at this school. Is I've gotten to line up in a lot of different positions, see a lot of different looks, and to me, I think when you look at a lot of safeties in the league, especially that versatility, and especially the guys they're signing now, Minka and Derwin and these are guys who you can line them up at a lot of different positions and let them play and let them just use their competitiveness and their athletic ability and their knowledge in so many different areas.
Yeah, and I realized that you also ended up getting a block kick in that one game. So I know that you're also active on special teams, which is great. Tell me a little bit. You actually started as a captain your sophomore year. Tell me what it really means for you to be a leader on the football team.
Yeah, I mean that to me has been everything. That's been I've said and I will always stand by far more than any accolade or even up there with the things we do as a team was to be recognized as a captain as a sophomore here and to maintain that position the entire time. To me, that's like that leadership role. I've always been a leader on teams. That was a gift I was blessed with, was to be put in those leadership roles, I feel like, and that's something I've done as far back as I can remember as a kid. But to have that happen so early in my college career, and for that to be something where that's voted on by your peers, and then it's approved, obviously, by your coaches, and so to be recognized in that way, that's an honor I think I will hold in the highest regard of anything else that's happened here, of anything I've done or been like anything I've been able to do here, is that, and as far as good leadership, I mean, I think that all the things that are oft repeated are important. I think people want someone who leads by example. They want the guy that's working hard. They want the guy who can communicate. I do. But to me, I pride myself, and I think that primarily leadership comes from a place of really keeping guys up. I think that college sports in general can be difficult. You're faced with challenges all the time. And I think a great leader if you're a part of a program with a great leader, you never feel like you're out of it, ever. You never feel like your program's out of it. You never feel like you're a losing team. You never feel like you're not going to have a chance to win, a chance to get better. And I think I've always maintained that belief in myself and in the teams I'm a part of. And I think when your teammates and your peers can really feel that from you and really see that, I think that that's something that they then feel. That's something they can then believe and they can get behind, that they're never out of it, that they got this. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell me just what's maybe one of the best lessons you've ever learned from a coach?
Yeah, I would say the best lesson I've learned from a coach actually came here, and it was from Coach Ferg, and it wasn't in a lesson that he directly, I think, sought to teach me necessarily in the way some coaches might. It was in the best way a leader can teach, I think, and it was just he said something and then his actions affirmed that. And it was early on in my career. After my freshman year, I had started my games. I'd had a decent freshman season. And I think a lot of guys, when they get a lot of playing time at the D2 level, or when they do decently well or put up good numbers, their first thought is, okay, I got to get out of here and get to that next spot. I got to get to a D1 school. And he was talking to me in his office, and basically his sentiment to me was, you could go to a place like Oregon State, you could transfer and do your thing. He's like, but if you stay here, I'm going to allow you to fail. I'm going to allow you to make mistakes, and I'm going to allow you to learn from those mistakes. And, that's an opportunity where if you're a freshman and you make a transfer and you're already fighting for a spot with other guys on scholarship at a bigger school, you get beat on that double move once. You might be okay. You get beat on it twice. That's tough. You can't adjust quick enough to schemes. That's tough. And here, he allowed me my freshman year to make ample mistakes, to get beat plenty of times, and never gave up on me, never allowed me to feel like, oh, that's it, you're on the hot seat. He stuck by me the whole time. And I think that as a result, he got the best player he could get out of it. And I think I was coached as well as I could be coached just by that. And so to me, that lesson of just, don't just look at the finished product of a guy. Don't just look at what you see immediately on that field. Allow young men to fail. Allow them to learn. Allow them to make mistakes. That transcends just football. That's a life lesson that I'll take with me forever. And that's something that I'll always appreciate and respect Coach Ferg for.
Great, man. Curtis, I really appreciate your time. I mean, I've really enjoyed our session here. You've really, just showed me a little bit about, what makes you a good leader, a good football player, a good student of the game. And, I think that you really bring a lot to the table. You've obviously, been very successful, shown a little bit of your versatility on the football field. So, I mean, it's very great to hear you actually doing great things, Again, appreciate your time and wish you best of luck this season, bud. Thank you.
Thank you.